Hi everyone, my name is Nikhil. I'm currently a sophomore at the college studying history and literature and computer science with a secondary in South Asian studies.
Hi, my name is Danica and I'm a junior living off campus this year.
Hi guys, my name is Jenny and I'm a junior that now lives in Leverett House, but I lived off campus during the fall 2020 semester.
First and foremost, one of the best things about being at home is that it is not freezing cold like it is in Boston and Cambridge. Right now it's about 73 degrees with a little humidity, but also come on, this lighting.
One of the biggest highlights of living off campus has definitely just been living with my friends and having that piece of Harvard with me, even though I've been off campus, and getting through Zoom classes together.
One highlight of living off campus was definitely getting to reconnect with my family and friends. When forced to socially distance, my friends and I found comfort in the wilderness and the great Palestinian mountains. Every day, we would cook up some breakfast with a large kettle of tea and go to the mountains to simultaneously study and watch our lectures.
I would say one of the highlights is that I got to live with two of my best friends and we got to explore a new city together, and it felt like we were kind of on vacation the whole semester because we were in a new city while also doing school, so that was a huge highlight.
One of my highlights from the previous semester would be being accepted into the Harvard iLabs venture program.
One really great thing that I wasn't really expecting was having my own kitchen. I never had cooked for myself before really, or had my own kitchen, because a lot of the dorms don't have kitchens at Harvard, so that was really great. Having a lot of control over what I was eating and when I was eating it was a really nice benefit.
One word to describe fall 2020 would be tedious, and the greatest challenge that I've had so far would be the incredulously large time zone differences, which when I had lessons at 4 a.m.
One of the main obstacles was having to deal with a time difference. With a 7-hour time difference between my local time and the Eastern Standard Time, I found myself in a real struggle to maintain a normal schedule, and I had to stay up for a large proportion of the time to hours that extended beyond 3 a.m. and 4 a.m.
One of the biggest challenges is just being away from campus and being away from the familiar faces and places and people that make Harvard Harvard, and what makes it feel like home.
One of the most difficult things about not being on campus is not being able to be surrounded by the very people that make the Harvard experience. There's just something about, being around those people at Harvard that make it Harvard. And we try our best through Zoom and other platforms. I know I try through Instagram, and I think that oftentimes it goes well, but nothing can replace being on campus and being around people.
One of the sucky parts was, just that feeling of being on campus that I really miss, where you can randomly run into somebody going to the dining hall or going to class.
Another thing that I really miss about house life is getting the chance, to run into one of my blockmates in a common space, or, grabbing dinner with friends in the D hall, or going to house events like faculty open houses, and going to study breaks with my tutors. All that stuff is really, really fun, and I really miss that.
Hopefully we're all back on campus soon enough, and I hope you all have a wonderful semester and year, and hope to be on campus with you all soon.
Hopefully you get to return to the house very soon, and I'm excited for when that happens.